Today I'm making my homemade recipe for KFC popcorn chicken. Can you believe it? I'm Chef Don McMillan. I have been cooking for over 60 years. I've traveled to 64 different countries. I've got so much information that I'm willing to share with you. I'm going to drop some knowledge and give you some culinary tips. You gotta want to stick around because it's going to be so much fun. Hey, if you've ever made popcorn chicken, maybe you like that KFC popcorn chicken, hit me in the titles below. You know, you'll see, go right down below, you'll see where we're at. Love to hear from you, okay? So, be sure you want to stick around because as I said earlier, we've got so much to share. Let's get started. Look, chicken breasts. I've got 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. We're gonna cut them up. Now, look at this. This is where the red is. That's the heart. That's where the heart was, okay? Sometimes the meat is a little bit red around there, and no matter how much you cook it, the red remains. I just cut it out. What you can do is you can save that meat and make chicken stock if you have enough of it to go around. I use a lot of chicken, so obviously I'm gonna have more to save. Just put it in a Ziploc bag, but just cut off that part right there. And now, look around, see if there's any trimmings we wanna do. Sometimes people like to leave the fat on. Fat always tastes good, right? But we're just gonna go ahead and cut this right down into bite-sized pieces. It's called popcorn chicken, okay? So you gotta remember, it has to look like little popcorn kernels. Now, you know when I'm cutting this, you see I'm using my hands, using the cutting board. Anything that touches raw chicken must be either cleaned, which would be washing and sanitizing, or cooked. And when you cook, you want to cook it past 165 degrees. It's just that simple, okay? So just keep that in mind as you're cutting up. You're going to want to go ahead and wash and sanitize the cutting board, the knives. You're definitely going to wash your hands, okay? Because that's very important. And when I do that, I like to, have it in a sink that I'm not washing anything else in there, so it wasn't any backsplash. Sometimes you get backsplash from the water that's splashing off the chicken or anything else that's being cleaned. So remember where the heart is, okay? So we're just gonna go ahead and just cut that right out. Use that for stock later. It makes wonderful flavoring. And then we're just cutting down. Now, I'm using chicken breasts, right? So you can use chicken thighs. It works just as well. You can bone them out if you wish to do that. I think it's great. If you like, sometimes there's a little bit of fat there, especially with chicken thighs. I would leave the fat on because we know fat tastes good, right? And of course, the more, the better on that. We're gonna go ahead and wash up the board, clean our hands. We've got our chicken in the bowl. And the next step would be to go ahead and make our seasoning mixture. This is my version of KFC original seasoning mixture. Check it out. So first of all, I'm gonna add some flour. And we have brown sugar. Lots of ingredients here. Kosher salt. That's the more high grain salt. Love that, okay? Now we're gonna add in some basil and some marjoram. Oh man, it's just gonna be so good. Let's just put these off to the side for now because we have plenty more coming up. Paprika. Let's get it all in there, yes. Onion, salt. Chili powder. Nice spice there, gonna give a nice little kick. Black pepper. Celery salt. Sage, always great with chicken and poultry. Garlic powder. Allspice, oh, that is such a nice kick. Gives it just the perfect flavor. And finally, some oregano. Let's go ahead and place all of that in there now. The next thing you want to do is to blend all of these together. So take your time and just move them around. A whisk does it just perfectly. Just whisk it all in there. Get all of those wonderful spices, the flour. This is going to coat up our chicken to be ever so tasty. Oh my goodness. Now, if you want, to make this ahead of time, you can do it. I would keep it in a airtight container and keep it sealed. You could even keep it in the refrigerator if you wish. So there it is. This is our seasoning, and now we're going to get ready to cook some original KFC, my version, chicken. Now that our seasoning mix is ready, I have my chicken, it's ready. I have here some egg whites, 4 egg whites. You want to put them into the bowl, beat them up till they're nice and frothy. This is what's going to make that popcorn chicken pop, okay? It's going to hit a crunch. Oh, it's going to be just so good. The egg whites just gives it that wonderful crust that we're looking for. Oil, popcorn, oil, popcorn chicken. I'm sorry, popcorn chicken is going to be cooked in peanut oil, okay? That gives it that extra flavor, and peanut oil, you can heat it at a higher temperature. It works really good. And if you have oil left over, let it cool, strain it, and then you can save it and use it again for chicken, okay? So I've got my thermometer, it says 350. I'm going to adjust the temperature on here because I don't want to burn it, and let's get started. So go ahead and place our chicken, popcorn chicken, into our bowl right in here. Okay, look, egg whites, mixed flour mixture, in there it goes. Then we go from the breading mixture, shake it off like this, and pop it in the oil. Whoa, it's cooking up. You want to keep an eye on it, and so I'm just going to go ahead and do some more chicken while we're going through this right now. So as I mentioned earlier, you certainly could use chicken thighs if you wish. It works just as well. It has a little more fat, and fat, as we already know, tastes so good. Move them around a little bit. If you don't do that, they'll tend to stick together, and that's maybe a good thing, but we don't want that. I'm using these wonderful tongs so I don't burn my hand. You want to keep that up in mind as well. You want to have all of your ingredients and equipment ready to go. We call that mise en place. You want to have the mise en place ready, okay? Look how it's just puffing up. Oh my goodness, it's popping. Okay, more chicken. We're going to go ahead and place it right here in our mixture. So, how do we know the chicken's done? Some people say, well, you can just look at it. It looks like it's done. Well, not really, because it could be underdone. But we do know it's done when we take a thermometer. We have a thermometer, and we just take our chicken out, and then we place the thermometer in there about 1 inch, and I'm looking for 165 degrees. If I don't get 165, I'm going to put it back and let it cook just a little bit longer. After it's properly cooked, we're then going to take it and place it on paper toweling so that it will dry very easy. I see I'm right 155 right now, so it just needs a little more time in here. So if you don't have a meat thermometer, go ahead and buy one. They're not that expensive, and believe me, it will really save you a lot of time, a lot of worry, and also give you that peace of mind that you're looking for. All right, 165. I have here some paper toweling, and I'm just going to go ahead and place my chicken right on there as I'm taking it out. Now, if you put a whole batch in there, you can just test 2 or 3 pieces. You don't have to test every piece. So just keep that in mind as well. It's not that hard, but you do want to have that peace of mind that you know the chicken you're cooking is going to be ready to serve. This is 165 as well. Now, you might have noticed that I didn't season the chicken before I put it into the breading mixture, and the reason is very simply, when you saw me make the breading mixture, I already put in the salt and the pepper and all those other seasonings. So I don't need to duplicate it nor to make my chicken too salty or too over seasoned. We just want just enough. All right, see, now it's all coming up just at the right temperature, 165. So we're ready to go. So good, so easy to make. And you want to serve these immediately when you take them out of the hot oil, because that's when they're at their peak. Don't let them sit around. Don't put them in a warmer or anything like that. You want to go right from the cooking into the eating. So let's go ahead and get ready to set these up, and we'll go ahead and cook the rest of this chicken just a little bit. Well, Lori, we have a new assistant chef, a new sous chef.
This is sous chef Daisy, and she's going to help us do some taste testing today.
Oh, she is. Can't wait. You've been smelling it all the time. But before we do that, we got to remind the people that, hey, you got to ring that bell, subscribe. We really need you to subscribe and share all that information. Hey, speaking of information, put some comments down there below. Let us know what you think about it. Maybe you like this recipe, want to make some changes. You know, I'd love to respond, be very happy to. And listen, hey, please support us on Patreon. It's so much, because I know you love these videos and you want us to do more, and we're going to do that. And to reward you, we're going to give you exclusive content. You're going to see these videos before anybody else does, and we're going to give you early access, behind the scenes, of course, featuring Daisy. Why not, right? We're going to do that, and all without ads. So let's get to the issue at hand. Look at that. I know we've been tantalizing people. They've been begging for a piece, but they can't get any. But Daisy's going to get the first piece, right? You tell us, Daisy, if it's good enough for the rest of us. She's going to smell it. Oh, no.
You don't want
no KFC for you, Daisy.
Okay.
All right, well,
I'll taste it.
Lori, we got to try it. I got to try it too. Oh, how tender, juicy. I love those spices.
Very good flavor.
You're going to love our version of KFC popcorn chicken. I had to eat it first, didn't I? Huh? Now you're going to want some more.
We'll make sure it's safe.
Oh, they're so good. They're good. Oh, this is what we're having for dinner. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, always, whenever you're watching our videos, they are absolutely simple and delicious. I know, you get the mouthful. It's hard to say delicious when you've got delicious in your mouth. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.